ready to take over. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Shifts by him at the 25. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Oh, he shifts past him, and he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown! Christian Watson, 58 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 92 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
And I feel like changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away.
Let's go.
You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They're going to try and throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. Ready.
Love now. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Love. And that's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Dancing to his left. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Yellow. Red. Cycle. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that one too wide and incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down. Play fake. Here's Love sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Here's Jacobs. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jacobs again, but he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Ready. Fight 6.
On play action. Love to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Sims. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That touchdown run, it was just straight power on 4th and goal, and the offense won.
Yeah, let me just follow up with you because we always talk about how the low man wins, who has the best leverage in the trenches. On that play, we saw who won that battle, but it's not just that.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defense.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And this will be taken at the 13. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Off the play fake, Love. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding, offense.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
The kick by Joseph is good. So add 3, all told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. That could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. The end result, 21 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
2nd and 9. Out of his end zone, Love. A short throw to Musgrave, and he gets us up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, first down there on a pickup of 25. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, 61 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up, but in this case he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Joseph now to have the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way.
Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side.
That's caught inside the 20. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 75 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Third down and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 98-yard. On 1st and 10, Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Love, they go play action now. Forced out to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
And how about this, a fake? Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Inside the 20, picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So the fake.
Ready. Trouble, 38.
Play action this time with Love. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of it.
Here we go. Set. Cut.
Love now to pass on first down. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now this aired out deep for Reed. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now this throw caught left side. And they wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Love looking to throw it. Rolling to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Come on, set. Set.
1st down, Love to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Avoids him at the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way. Couldn't try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Here's Love. Rolling to his right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jordan Love A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Packers get a bit closer.
Ready, ready. Jet, jet. Set.
First down, going to the air with Love. Looking deep here for Dobbs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball. They've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
On second down, Love once more. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Eluding the pressure right. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Jacobs going to try the middle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. And the Eagles hands team able to come. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Packers pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Check, pink.
Throwing. Love. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
So this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there. And, boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. Buying time to his left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Brandon Graham picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. That's caught. It's the tight end, Tyler Davis. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Love. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Down. Hut.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Love will sneak it, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needs... LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. On first down, Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. complete. It's Dodson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 249 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
63.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to have great field position here, as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A rubber throw caught by Dobbs. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some... It's not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And he is going to have the Packers first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So what a comeback here. They look like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th quarter lead.
Them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there. They made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
And he lost the football. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On second down, here's the option.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts,
52 yards.
and the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Keyshawn Nixon now on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice short tackle.
147 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Josh Jacobs, 52 yards. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
Now you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His fourth touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Here's second down and 3. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And the ball is knocked out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's second down.
He's back to throw.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. He'll look to throw.
That's complete to Shipley.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He's got his target. That's complete. Still going inside the 20. Evades him at the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
What a pickup there, and maybe most importantly, he's able to get out of bounds and save their final timeout. So just a breakdown defensively. You've got to find a way to make that tackle in the field of play.
Second down, goal to Dillon. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll look to throw.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
That is incomplete.
Oh, and this is nervous time now. They decided to go for it right there. Fortunately, still a little bit of time left for another shot. But this one almost certainly has to be in the end zone.
Final 2 seconds. This is it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 4 quarters not enough for all even.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And they'll be set up in good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
And that was an excellent return to start overtime. So do they get crazy and attack the end zone and try and get the 6 points to end the game? Or do you just play it to where you kick the field goal?
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks them up.
And avoids the turnover.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys. They're like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And that's complete. It's Sims. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll roll him out right. And shedding through the tackle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gigantic call there. But it pays off with a 1st down. Play action this time with Love. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Steps away to his left. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 26. Still shedding tackles. And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They run it with Jacobs. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.